Deadly
Oh
reaction.
no.
Ezreal, Lilia, Rumble. The more things
What
change,
is Shaoye
Mazel.
gonna do? He's no,
Oh.
I'm just beaming. They have put Shaoye a lot of time on like weak side carries on the bottom side, so they can play around this top trio that we said was so strong. Aurora is up and available. If it does not get first pick here, we have to start asking some questions of what it's going to happen in the best of 5 here. With that pick already falling to the second part to NIP's favor, as Tristana was picked up for Haichao. It has consistently been a big pick for him to get that prio in mid.
Yep, still a very strong pick in the meta. And very, very consistent as well, Tristana. So
there's no
NIP,
way, right?
what's the answer? Yeah, I mean, I think just Zyra plus AD, whenever you want to lock alongside it.
It has to be Aurora
as well.
It has to be.
Could go Leon. I mean, look, I think Aurora's pretty broken, but it depends on whether or not these two teams have practiced and want to play it at the end of the day. LGD acknowledged it's up because they hovered it before locking in Triss. But we'll see. As for now, I mean, again, pick the literally. If they want to go brand, Meteor can go towards that brand. That's up and available. There are tankier options like the Maokai there alongside it as well. Shyvana too. It's really on LGD for that jungle matchup.
Yeah.
And then probably looking to match up or go AD themselves. And there you go. Looking at Alistair maybe. As I expect that one will get locked in.
I like giving them a little bit of that peel back. I think you have a lot of really good spacing tools right now for NIP, especially once we get around those big objective fights. And if we start stacking those up for them.
So, alright, so LGD, again, if they do forego their jungle pick here, it does mean they're going to probably tank 2 bans. They're happy to do it though, topside blinds. So what they're saying to NIP is here, you have to pick between your top laner or your mid laner, and then we get some free bans ourselves. So NIP, what do they exactly want to do? Because I feel like you have that AP jungler. I'm not sure how many AD mids Rookie is really willing to play alongside it, but they also do want a very strong lane alongside this Leona, knowing that it's into that Alistar. The 2v2 might be a little bit rough, so locking that MF just kind of secures that they're likely going to have a very strong 2v2, and then they can look to punish LGD, ban away 2 supports if they want to, ban away 2 ADs rather if they want to, ban away 2 junglers, AP options from Meteor's pool if they feel like that's going to be a bigger impact. It really depends on where NIP want to punish.
I'm just saying, the Wombo combo is looking thick for NIP right now. I mean, it is a thick one, and Aurora, I'm just saying, gonna make that even deadlier. We'll see if it gets banned in the second phase by LGD. Maybe NIP playing with fire a little bit there, but the Ivern is locked away, so trying to take away some of those facilitation style junglers from Meteor, where we have seen him bend both ways.
Yeah, exactly, and I feel like Ivern as well, especially if you're gonna end up with 2 ADs. Whilst you might have a little bit of limited engage with the Alistar, right? It's more about kind of finding those big flanks. Alistar is one of the best early game pairings with Ivern, as far as supports are concerned. It's a little bit underrated in terms of how much damage you can get out early, a lot of the CC as well. Just a lot of front line. It just kind of provides everything up until a certain point where then you have to lean on your damage carries. As Varus will be taken away by NIP. And
take away the 2v2.
Feed that Kennen alongside that Lucian ban here for LGD. So, something very focused here. And Shanji and Rookie trying to limit the solo lane options.
It has to.
Yeah, we might finally get this.
Look at the circles, man. The circles just make sense. Like, am I crazy here or what? Like, I feel like I'm going insane. Oh, okay. Well, it's the setup. The numbers, what do they mean? I don't know anymore. It is all that long distance CC setup though for NIP, and I really like that because the thing that they need to find is that consistency we talked about, and trying to get everybody on the same page with those go buttons is gonna be very nice for NIP.
Yeah, and what's nice about NIP right now is they can really pick and choose how to kind of send out that CC. LGD again, their engages. It's not very go buttony like how you can send out a Leona. Or now, if they look in the Maokai, it gives them a slightly different, outlook on things on a proactive level, and that's definitely what they're lacking. And I think it's probably going to be this Maokai. It fits all of the right boxes. A little bit of AP, solid amount of engage over a long range, as the Aurora will finally go through.
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, it just makes way too much sense. Literally, you layer Strangle Forward and Bullet Time on top of that circle. It is going to be so ridiculously deadly. and we'll see if they can layer that up. But that's where I want to talk about the compositions as a whole. We have seen this recently in the LPL, where one team is very much dive, find those long distance engages and go, and we get a lot of the reactive peel back tools coming through, and we have that exactly with NIP and LGD both representing.
Yeah, exactly right. NIP, a lot of different go buttons, whether it's Destiny Gate, whether it's obviously the Leona ult. Rookie as well, don't forget, you know, coming out of invisibility, finding the ultimate onto multiple members. There are a lot of options for NIP, and then for LGD, all of these different avenues of peel. It's going to be a very interesting game, and I think Vision is going to play a very, very big part in finding the setup and ensuring that if you're LGD, you're not getting caught off guard, and if you're NIP, you're denying that vision, and you're finding as many angles as you can.
The setup's already there, all that wombo combo for NIP, and those reactive tools on the other side for LGD. We've seen this matchup before in best of 3 fashion. LGD were able to take it 2-1. Both these teams gaining a knighthood through the Knights Rivals round to make it to this point. But only one of these teams can continue their journey on to the Silver Dragon Cup. It's a best of 5 to decide if you continue on or if we say goodbye. Everything relies on this mid lane, that priority gained, bleeding out to everyone else, while the heartbeat of the game will be centered on Meteor and Leyan trying to find influence on this map. We're into game number 1 of the LPL playoffs. The first time ever for LPL that we're seeing Aurora, and you know it's going to be a fun time. LGD versus NIP.
Fairly strong Jiaos. I couldn't quite make out what order they were in, as I had some of the game audio being a tad loud in my ears, but the fans are out in force, and that's for sure. But to focus in on this game, I'm very curious about exactly how this mid lane matchup is going to be utilized by both sides, really, because the expectation should be that Haichao gets a whole bunch of early priority, and that should set up for a lot of freedom for Meteor to move around the map and really get fairly free access to things like first move onto objectives, side lanes as well. And how Rookie's also going to manage it himself. As the Rocket jump in.
You got to get the trades early. But this is going to be the lane we kind of keep our eyes on mostly. I do want to take a look at where these junglers are going to be pathing towards. Obviously, the mirrored starts here, but also maybe a little bit more look on what Leyan has brought to the table for NIP that maybe Aki didn't have. They have decided to kind of stick with him over the last little bit, especially the last bit of Rumble stage into the Knights Rivals, now into the playoffs. But it is something where Leyan is also a jungler who has had a track record of maybe some of those inconsistencies, but he has represented very well for NIP so far, at least in these couple series he's been able to play.
Yep, he's done a really good job, and at the end of the day, you know, when it comes to team structure and things of the like, sometimes change, even for the sake of change, can just work out for you. And I feel like so far for NIP, it's definitely been a much more positive look with Leyan in for the time being. And yeah, like you say, it's just about himself maintaining relatively consistent. And right now, he's on a pretty fast clear here through this jungle on the Zyra, moving towards that bottom side where he's going to have priority through Photic and Zhuo here. And we'll see exactly whether or not a little bit of poke can come down, maybe a dive if they're looking super aggressive, but at the very least, just a very safe early full clip.
Yeah, I think both these junglers are going to be just fine. Trying to get to their big buttons in terms of the level 6s. See if we get any early activity depending on the lanes they're pushing. Don't expect too much from these two guys. And that is something that we were kind of looking at coming into this one. Which version of the jungle matchup will we get? This is, I feel like, what we're getting more often than not. Both junglers going a little bit more farm style. But Leyan is going to go with a preemptive play down here on bot side just before the scuttle play comes alive, if they can try to get some damage on LGD's bot side.
Just looking for a bit of poke there. If CC connects, then they can obviously attempt to commit to it. Always very risky, though, around the turret with Alistar involved. Pole into a headbutt backwards is a very fast way to give over first blood. But that's just Leyan utilizing the amount of tempo he has, right, on this Zyra. He knows the jungle matchup very well. Cleared down there very quickly, and after doing Skull, he's returning as They're looking for a full-blown dive. They know that Meteor's on the top side.
Oh, they're looking for it. If he can get the double combo there, doesn't get the double root, but JinJiao's flash will be burned. Zhuo getting out of there with his own bit of movement there. They can absolutely. I mean, they still have flashes available on all three of NIP.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of minion wave just dealt a little bit too much damage to Leyan. He was holding the wave, trying to see if they could actually make it work. And of course, Zhuo, Chantao. Yeah, knows he's on a ward there. And of course, Shaoye interrupts it. And Meteor was beelining his way down there. Finishing up his clear, but he will be on a ward now. So NIP know exactly where he is. They've been tracking him fairly well throughout this early game. And they got that first bit of information. We popped that Scryer's Bloom on the top side. So they knew that he wasn't going to be available to cover that dive more than likely. But good early looks from NIP. Putting a bit of pressure down onto this bottom side as Rookie. Delete a real meaty trade.
He's getting a little bit of damage back. We'll think about some of the poke damage that can come through, but yeah, Rookie is going to have to burn that TP back. Both mid laners looking like they're going to go ahead and do the teleport dance. I don't know what kind of dance that is. Now I'm trying to think, what would a teleport dance look like?
I don't know.
It's like a rain dance?
Maybe. I mean, look, go Animal Kingdom. Right? I'm going to always draw on this. You are an zoologist, so, you know, think, like, what would it be? What is, I was going to say a pheasant, but that's not the right bird. There's a bird that does that dance, isn't there? There's like loads of big tail feathers.
That's the oh my god, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. We just do like the big feather dance for like a lot of the tropical birds that you see around. I don't know. I'll have to do a little bit more research. I'll get to my zoology side of my brain. Haichao, though, is going to be moved on by Zhuo. He has level 6 available, so can use the Buster Shot to get away. Will be able to get away from that initial move from Zhuo, but this is also what I like to see from NIP. They're being proactive. They're moving Zhuo out onto the map, and Leyan has already taken the dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Leyan getting this one committed. I mean, if he could...
Supportal combat!
combat, yeah, on the side. Leyan taking this one down fairly quick. I mean, I feel like mid-prio is so in favor of LGD that realistically they can't probably pass through and look for a contest here, unfortunately. We'll see if they look for it regardless, right? Meteor is on it now. Is he just going to settle for Scuttle Crab? I think he will. So this should just be Dragon for these grubs traded out. Big wave being stacked here. Shaoye.
Massive.
Yeah, very fearlessly underneath this tower. For all he knows, Leyan could be right there, but...
They are moving.
They are moving, but they're just late.
Here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit unfortunate from NIP's perspective. I think they really wanted Leyan to have level 6 on that big crash wave. It still looks like they're going to look for the play regardless, right? They know now with that...
Shanji, oh my god.
Shanji's here with the Destiny Gate.
All right, here comes Destiny. Might just be set for LGD. Everything's going to miss. They do end up getting JinJiao in the end. Kill goes over to Shanji. Now they're collapsing on Shaoye. They're running out of minions, though. Shanji is taken up. Shaoye tries to get one back. Can he do it? He can't. Left wanting in the bot lane. NIP will score a 2-0 lead.
Okay. Very well played by NIP. Lady Lucky was still on their side. That's for sure.
Oh, that's bold. Photic staying? Oh, no. Yeah. All right. Well, Leyan gets out, and unfortunately, the martyr will be Photic.
Yep. Okay. Doesn't blow any of his summoner spells. Now, the trade-off, though, is Burdol will be taking at least 2 plates out of this, plus this wave. A huge wave is missed by Shanji. So this is now a side lane avenue that LGD could rely on. He's not going to go for that second plate. He wants that reset instead. But he's up a full level. You know, I mean, some of that will be recouped with this wave right here, but Burdol now in a very good position for himself. Overall, he is still down a little bit of gold. That TF passive making up for that, but here's the play. Destiny Gate. It's just very hard to get out of. And I mean, fair play to JinJiao in trying to make a mountain out of a molehill, but unfortunately, they're just outnumbered by too many. And as I was saying, I mean, even Leyan not quite taking tower aggro initially. Or at the very end, rather, not initially. Very fortunate. Like I said, Lady Lucky. I mean, at the end of the day, TF is on being handled by Shanji here, so look at the cards for him.
So far, so good, at least drawing the right ones. I will say another thing, interestingly enough, that we were seeing coming into this patch was a bit of a change in the boots prio. I don't think LPL got the message. Everybody's still with the shiny shoes right now. Everybody's going with the first item boots. A lot of members at least completing those already. We also have the locket already completed by Meteor. This has been a bit of a fluctuation we've seen with our Maokai. Oh, man, Zhuo going with the angles there. Get him in a geometry class. As now they're going to slow down JinJiao. Bullet time's going to come over top. He has no ultimate, but Shaoye does, and he's got the lightning to back him up. He's going to dash over the wall. Leyan was trying to get the angle there, but NIP, they're striking true and fast on bot lane over and over again.
But honestly, I love this from NIP. We said we want to see a game plan, right? And I mean, it's just bot over and over and over again. And LGD aren't really dealing with it too well. I mean, Burdol's got, you know, a pretty good amount of lane pressure up here on this top side, but Meteor hasn't been able to find anything proactive, right? He's not really been able to, you know, set up off of some of these trades from Haichao in the mid lane, or, you know, go up towards that top side, dive Shanji alongside Burdol on a good Meganar timing. All he's really done is more or less mirror Leyan on these full clears, you know, just going from bot to top instead of top to bot.
Yeah. I do like this move right now by NIP, though. They're getting set up for the grubs. They don't want to give over all 6 to this composition, and especially a Tristana. So they're going to get their bot lane up here in early so they can try to contest this side of the map.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
They're baiting out Burdol.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't seen him.
Into this. Yeah, they should be in that bush now.
Oh,
now he's in mini.
no.
He does have Merc treads.
Oh, no. Is he going to take the bait? Is he going to... Oh.
Oh, he drew red. And
oh, man. That was a series of unfortunate events, I'm not going to lie.
Oh.
LGD, they are so angry in IPR. They are just going to force this onto Burdol. Even though Shanji's taking the turret, they say it's all worth it, I guess. And in the end, we'll have to follow up by LGD, and you start to ask the question, was it? Because now Zhuo will fall to LGD. They're going to try to push the tower for Photic, get a little bit of gold there. They are also taking the grubs as we speak, but LGD will have an answer.
This is horrendous for NIP. I mean, LGD, they answer well because it's just a huge fumble from NIP.
Oh, no.
Shaoye gets a big crushing on the bottom side. Shaoye,
no, you knew something was there. He's getting collapsed on now. Does have the jump over the wall, and Rookie, a little bit of speed. The buddy, you got to remember, the mobility is there, and he's going to get the weirding, the damage, and the auto attack to get him down. Rookie claims the kill, and the first kill for Aurora in LPL.
All right, Rookie, okay. Finds himself a solo kill, long chase down. Cooldowns come back up eventually for him. But this sequence of play is still definitely not that good for NIP. LGD get all 6 scrubs. They get all 6 scrubs. They had waves pushed in as well. The setup just... it just wasn't there. They will now, LGD, in the extended sequence, finish off this top tower for Haichao. He's going to get a whole bunch of extra gold. He's already at 1 item with this Blade of the Ruined King. And it's just not too good. Everyone's kind of losing across the board. The only positive is that they have those 2 dragons picked up for themselves. So an early soul is, of course, a very strong possibility. But LGD, we haven't actually seen them contest it yet. And I mean, not to be funny, they've got Maokai, and they've got a whole bunch of other frontliners with 2 ADs. So playing front to back around those objectives when they decide to should be pretty easy.
We're going to watch the
breakdown of this 1v1.
The killer bunny.
Very, very scary. Of course, the E and the ult slowdown is very, very painful. Shaoye does get the dash over the wall, but again, this chase down from
twin-fold hex is so misleading.
Yeah.
It has like, it's so interesting when the damage comes down from that champion. I also just love the flash weirding from Rookie. Gotta love it.
Yeah, it can be, I'm not going to say difficult to track the champ's damage, but absolutely, actually seeing when you're getting damaged does feel a bit strange.
The pullback is just hard to tell when it's going to actually be there. I mean, if you get hit by the first part of the twin-fold hex.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now we get into it. LGD, they're using their bodies to get some vision on the top side. We will have the Rift Herald coming up in about a minute's time. LGD have moved Shaoye to mid lane, try to get some of that AoE damage in the next big fights here for them, because that's what we kind of talked about coming into it, is LGD do have a lot of reactionary tools. They do have a lot of damage to back that up in regards. And NIP, they're not going to be at the big lead that maybe you'd want for all these go buttons, but the 5-on-5 is going to be heavily contested, no doubt, because both these teams drafted for it.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's going to be the very scary part of this game, as Shanji could have been in a little bit of danger there, but Burdol doesn't have that fully completed Triforce yet. The remainder of the damage is going to be those 5v5s, right? There's like you say, the Venn diagrams of death for NIP. LGD, however, a lot of frontline, a lot of lockdown, and of course, 2 very hyper-scaling ADs. A lot of this is going to be about whether or not, you know, LGD can get that perfect front-to-back setup, whether or not NIP can really break a fight apart with a good flank from Shanji.
Okay, they're going in. They got the yellow card onto him. He doesn't have the Mega Gnar. Burdol is in trouble and just gets absolutely killed and caught in between worlds.
All right, so side lane pick off there for NIP, and I think we're going to continue to potentially see a bit of a trend of that, Mazel, because if I'm NIP, I'm not really feeling overly confident in taking 5v5s against this LGD side. So
I don't know, man.
Aurora's
so dirty. Like,
yeah. So, I mean, I think Aurora is pretty strong too, but she needs more gold than what she's got right now, you know?
Yeah.
She's not overly accelerated to the point where she can very close to, or very much so, 100-0, you know, a Shaoye or a Haichao here at the minute. So, again, more of these plays where they kind of group up on the side is what we need as Rookie.
It's a Buddy versus a Yordle. Who's going to win here? Oh, Rookie. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's going up to the top side to try to get Photic here. These are the carries of NIP coming together to take down Burdol, and he's not going to go Mega anytime soon.
Not the best there from Burdol. Wanted a bit of revenge. Teleported down there. He's going to get picked off. Photic just rotates down. And crucially as well, whilst this is all going on, LGD didn't actually manage to get that top tier 2 either, so feels not too bad for NIP. The gold, as we go over that 15-minute mark, it's about 1.5k in favor of NIP, and when you kind of step back and look at where a lot of that gold lies, it's actually in Photic's pocket.
Burdol
because that kill
TP
he
for
picked
that.
up a second ago. Yeah, exactly. Just got really angry about dying at that 2v1 a moment ago.
Well, hey, maybe that anger will give him some extra gumption in the next fights, because that's something else we got to start thinking about. NIP are already stacking their way to a soul point in a minute. Oh, you couldn't see him. Rookie's there. There's the Between Worlds. You're waiting for the big combo. The flash gets them out, though, and that's the only way to get out there. You need a blink, as now the slowdown will come through. The siege is really all NIP wanted, and get the tool out of Shaoye. The flash is gone. That ADC is ripe for the picking.
Yeah, and it's just so dangerous, right? Those small pockets of Fog of War, Rookie just abuses it perfectly, and like you say now, Shaoye, no flash, has cleanse, but
oh, Burdol.
Again, that cleanse can be blown off.
Burdol. There, no! He's still tanky. He's Mega Gnar. He's gonna jump away. Look at this man. He's running for his life. He's getting a little speed up, and he is out of there. Didn't even have to burn the flash.
Yeah, that's super important, and you know, that's 2 ultimates, 2 very crucial ultimates for NIP as well, blown in an attempt to make that pick.
It's a damage test.
Yeah, it's a damage chest. Burdol's going to be out on the map, and also LGD have Herald, so I don't think this is too bad for LGD overall. They're still going to be able to contest this more likely than not, and they're going to get this charge off in the mid lane. They might even get the tower. They've got 6 grubs, though.
Yeah, they do. They're going to try to clear this out for NIP, though. They will not stick around. They want to try to deny the setup for NIP. They saw that Rookie might be moving down here. They have some vision on him as well, but we'll see a collapse going towards this Dragon Pit. LGD do not want to give this one up, Jamada.
No, they don't. But they've seen Rookie. They know roughly where he's going to come from.
Shanji's here. He's on vision.
NIP.
Oh, bullet time. There you go. A little bit of ulti traded back. That's the peel back we talked about so heavily for LGD, and that is such a powerful tool because now LGD have the better fighting hand with all their ultimates available.
And they're through the choke as well. That's the important part now. They're actually inside
Yo,
the river.
that sapling?
Big slow from that sapling.
Yo, that sapling might just be MVP. Oh, my goodness. It does get a decent chunk, but Burdol very low now. Going to get the Mega Gnar popped. Dragon started because Shanji is ready to go with the Destiny. He's going to open it up. The eye of the beholder is NIP.
Rookie.
Look at the Between Worlds. They have so much damage, but they can't get the bullet time. They don't have the combo. And now NIP are completely split. Rookie's down, Shanji's down, and Reset City is coming alive and well for LGD. Haichao, he's locked down by the Strength Authority. He went too far over the edge, and it's Photic that picks him up. Zhuo will not follow the Ultra Shock Laser. A double kill goes to NIP, but LGD, they deny the stacking of the Dragons.
JinJiao is the hero for LGD there. He was in the backline. He stopped the follow-up from that massive flank from Rookie and Shanji. That's the only reason why NIP don't run over that fight, because it's such a strong ultimate from Rookie. Lands onto 3, Shanji over the back as well. A great solar flare, but look at JinJiao. He's just stopping all 3 people from actually following up here. Rookie's burned down by Haichao, and then Photic's the only one really left to deal damage. Haichao goes a bit too far forward, picked off, and whilst all that's going on down there, LGD just take what they can and get the dragon. They stop the stacking from NIP, so that's not bad at all. And now LGD can focus on that Baron in a minute's time, look for setup, and just try and goad NIP into a poor decision, and then look to take it for themselves.
And now we're getting to the point where we're going to be on second items. I think that's going to be a nice little power spike for Shaoye and Haichao. Obviously, 3 items is a massive point for them for LGD. We also already have second item complete for Photic. He has the Bloodthirster, now also completing the Essence Reaver. We have to see these combinations come alive for NIP, because that is why they chose this composition.
Exactly. Again, if they can ever find themselves inside the river first, control the choke, control the entrances to wherever they're trying to set up, stuff looks really good for NIP, because that's when, you know, LGD, they have to very tenuously approach, and then, oh, hello. It's ult for ult on the supports. All right. For NIP, though, I think you always take that. Unbreakable Will makes, I feel, so much more of a difference in a team fight for JinJiao, and limits his options when he doesn't have it. Or returning back to the point for NIP. Just having control is so important, but against Maokai, it's so difficult to gain and hold. So these kind of windows, like right here, where they get to sit in the river, clear away this vision, it's crucial for them to go on and then keep this locked down, right? Yeah. Try and keep LGD pushed out consistently so they can always look for those flanks.
And while Haichao did die in the end in that last fight, a little bit separated from the team, buying time and trying to find that setup where they could deny the dragon was huge. Though I speak about him, I'll be getting ready to cast a Curse. JinJiao will be the one that gets collapsed on now, and they might just have the damage now. The Between Worlds has been popped, and Leyan will end up popping JinJiao. Here comes Photic to back them up. He has bullet time and in a choke point. That is scary. Although Rookie will be locked down. The sapling not going to be fast enough to catch up to the bunny, and that will be an IP striking strong.
Okay. All of this choke control paying off for NIP there, and that little lapse of vision for LGD, specifically in that top tri-bush by their own turret, leads to them losing a pick. But again, it doesn't really lead to anything major in the grand scheme of things, right? I mean, Zhuo pretty much using his Ignite, that's more or less it. So just a pick for the sake of a pick, and just keeping LDG in check for now. This next dragon's up in 90 seconds, but of course the Baron being on the map is always going to be a focus for either one of these teams. I feel like, especially with NIP having, you know, a very effectively 280 carries plus a Zyra, will always burn down very quickly if they're allowed a modicum of time on it.
And I want to check in a little bit on what we talked about going into this one. We always set up for LGD that's about the top trio. I think we're riding pretty high right now on that top trio. They have been having some really good moments in these fights. Burdol maybe trying to find the big timings for his Veganara is going to be super important for them. But the LGD are set up for success in that regard. We said that is their win condition. On the other side, we are seeing a step up from Photic. He's 4-1-2 on the Misfortune. He's going to have a lot to say in this as the tag team carry duo with Rookie, but we have to see them rise to the occasion and close this one down.
Yeah, and I think just more critically, just have to see a well-timed bullet time. You know, we've seen quite a few bullet times so far in some of these skirmishes. Heavily chunk out members, but not finish them off, right? And I think, like you said, if we can find that one wombo combo.
Dude, Rookie does so much damage.
Really good. Rookie.
Oh, yeah, Burdol can't get away. He's going to have to flash. That's huge. Rookie can chase him down. He has so much mobility. He knows that nobody's here. They do have JinJiao roaming down, so they'll pull off. But that is the scary part. Rookie utilizing the mobility in the side lane of Aurora so strongly.
Yeah, and don't forget that ultimate doesn't have a particularly lengthy cooldown.
It's already almost halfway up.
There. Yeah, you know, it's a third of the way back, so NIP just have to wait maybe, what, 20 seconds after that dragon spawns? And even then, they don't have to actively wait. It will probably come up past themselves. Being looked for LGD. They're here, though.
Destiny is popped. They're going to look for the re-engage here, but it might not be enough. Here comes the frontline fight from Shanji, as he does come on the other side of LGD. They're looking at Rookie's positioning now, but LGD going to start up the dragon.
They're looking for him as well. Look, Burdol's been sent on this flank path around to make sure Rookie's not on the backside.
Between Worlds is coming up.
Members now, they're NIP.
This is the time. This is NIP's moment for the bullet. Oh no! JinJiao's going to try to deny it. Strangletor goes down. Dragon goes to LGD. There's the Between Worlds. The bullet time is going to end up carving out JinJiao, but here comes the big Burdol Meganar. He doesn't get the combo, and he just goes down. Now NIP, strong in members and strong together, are looking to chase down LGD. Rookie has been masterfully navigating this fight, and he'll claim the kill in the end. A huge team fight from NIP.
And it's nightmare fuel for LGD. Nightmare fuel for NAR players because, man, he was so close to finding a big ultimate. And he's just denied. I want to say it was a Shanji gold card. But there is quite a bit of CC it could have been out of NIP there. And this fight is going to reward them with a Baron. They didn't get that second dragon, or the third dragon, rather. The second one goes over to LGD. But, man, what a well-played team fight overall. And again, Rookie finds a massive ultimate to really slow up and break apart a fair bit of this LDG setup. And I really want to, I mean, look, JinJiao's engages around these dragons and disengages have been so strong, right? So huge. It really did stop what could have been an even worse fight for LGD. But then look at Burdol, it is the gold card in the end. I mean, it would have been maybe 3 people in that ultimate, but even then those 3 people getting clipped by that would have been potentially game-changing. Shanji shuts that one down, and like you say, Rookie just able to hit, you know, what's in front of him consistently throughout that fight, and really does stop up LGD.
I don't want to hark on it too much, but JinJiao pulling the trigger maybe a little early. You have to remember, this guy is what shuts down the Wombo combo, and the fact that he pulled the trigger early and then got turned on, that's something difficult. Wow. Burdol gonna get a smooth move, finally getting a Mega Gnarl to the top side, but is gonna make it out of there alive.
Yeah, he basically buffered.
That was actually really nice.
With his ultimate into his wallet. That was really clean, yeah.
He's like, don't worry about it. It's coming in the fights. Don't worry. Okay.
Hopefully. Meteor.
Just trying to deny. Maybe even going for a little bit more here. They need a front to back, though. LGD, they have a decent amount of AoE damage, but really they're relying on Haichao getting resets and Shaoye able to put consistent damage down.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I feel like they need Shaoye to be on 3 items now. This kind of game state, Burdol so fortunate to not get clipped by anything there. Has the Mega Gnarl. But is there really a good opportunity for it? Rookie's also waiting on the side.
Baron buff siege. Oh, it's so difficult. They land perfectly onto Shaoye. He's stuck in the in-between world, rather. It's just dead. There is the combo that you cannot get out of. No mobility, no blinks besides the flashes, and LGD are pinned against the wall.
Ah, man. Mazel, I've missed the LPL. You know that?
I've missed Rookie on form, man. I've missed Photic on form. This NIP roster has had such a rough time of it. This entire split. But they've picked it up in the last couple series here.
They have. And they're looking to close this game out in very strong fashion. Still a couple of minutes away from that, but this Baron power play is almost sat at 4,000. They're going to pick up this top tier 2 as well, I'd imagine. If not on this wave, then certainly the next one. But it will go down here, so more gold injected into the pockets of NIP. And they're just going to continue to extend this gold leader now, hopefully for themselves. Pick up that third dragon, what would be third dragon for LGD, Infernals. Has that gold difference overall has ballooned to over 6,000. I don't want to see Shaoye's flash again, personally, observers. And you know what's worse about it is, I know they're going to zoom in on it. Wait for it. Ultimate, and then they're going to hard zoom it. Yep. So the LPL observers, man, you just know them too well. I mean, he's trying to flash.
Wait, does he not know that he can flash over the wall, maybe? Because that's literally your only exit there if you don't have a blink. Burdol, he didn't know either, you know?
Nope. I don't think they know.
All is said and done. Like, that is interesting. Shaoye maybe going to learn a lot after this one. It is a singular mistake in a bevy of mistakes that LGD have made in this game, #1, so I don't want to harp on it too much. But it is something where you left it open and you got smacked.
Yeah.
Like, this is obvious track record not to let this pick through.
Yeah, and it's always a very interesting one when you have these new champions come through, right? Whether or not you feel like the champ is strong, whether or not you felt like you just gave it too many avenues, do you feel like you're confident in playing against it? It's just, yeah, a lot that goes into it. So at the end of the day, one thing we can say is it's a very spicy pick. all things considered, for now.
I'm terrified of what some of the best minds in the world in League of Legends can do with this champion. The amount of mobility and like sneak up potential and burst damage that it has, it is terrifying. We've also seen Rookie like single-handedly finding picks with his between worlds pickoffs in the middle of these engages, so it's really nice to see. Is it the next Zeri? Is the question.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, Shaoye. There's a lot of people that hate you right now, Shaoye. I'm so sorry. NIP, they really don't like you, man. Maybe it's Rookie that just doesn't like him the most here. They're going to put everything into the basket. They do get a big Mega Dart, but Bullet Time came over on top of it. Big damage from Photic. And we asked who else can step up in this NIP team, and I think we got our answer. Jamada, Rookie, and Photic have recombined to make the power duo alive once again, as NIP are just playing with their food.
Clean ace for NIP to wrap up this game number 1. Should be able to close this one out, go 1-up in the series, and open up their playoffs run with a very, very convincing win here with an Aurora from a very strong Rookie performance.
First win on the Aurora, and honestly a dominant start for NIP. We've seen this before for them against LGD, but the question is, have they evolved? Have they been able to find the weaknesses they had in that Rumble stage and fix them? Is Leyan that answer? So far, a lot of answers are being answered by NIP. In terms of the things that we were asking of them going into this series. And I think to start off a best of 5 like this, very strong, but that's what makes this gauntlet so incredibly difficult, is it's a best of 5 and you cannot stop.
Exactly, right? And now the main thing on a lot of our minds is going to be, all right, what about the Aurora pick, right? What about
banned? I'll tell you right now.
All these different things. It's probably going to be banned. But yeah, good looks for NIP, and like we said, we wanted to see them look very focused, you know, executable game plan. A lot of focus down towards that bottom side, and it paid off in the end, and Rookie was the one that ended up reaping the benefits of those plays.
We saw them go for the weakness that we've known of LGD, and it worked well for them in game 1. We'll see what LGD